Hi, I'm Randy Altman with PostPerspective. We're here at NAB 2014, and we're talking to Suzette Ferguson from Cinedeck today. And you have some new product for the show, and we figured just kind of dig in. But let's talk 4K.
Okay, thank you, Randy, for having me. This is great. The show's been fantastic. So our big announcement at the show has been Cinedeck has announced a new 4K MX. So it's a new product that is based on the architecture of the MX, which is our 4-channel HD recorder, and offering now the 4K Ultra HD YUV 10-bit as a record with 2 cameras recording into a single chassis MX frame. And it's a really exciting time, as what this gives you, which is completely unique to the industry, is inside of our one system, you're going to have 4 files being recorded simultaneously. So you have the Ultra HD YUV, you've got an HD master, you've got a low-res proxy of your choice, so you can make that DNX, 175, DNX 136, and HD cam, ProRes, Cineform. I mean, it's just
pretty flexible in terms of what it will work with.
There's a plethora of codecs. You could probably, I think, 22 or more that you can choose from. JPEG 2000 is also a new one that we just released for the show.
Okay.
So you're getting your low-res proxy and then an H.264 streaming file that you can put on an iPad on set. So all 4 of these are happening simultaneously, instantaneously. So think of dailies being instant. So the camera's recording, you've got the camera recording into the Cinedeck recorder, and then when the camera stops, on the back end, you've connected up on the 1 gig or a 10 gig or an 8 gig fiber. You have several choices at the back end of our device, recording to a SAN or NAS.
Okay.
We're completely agnostic, so we don't care if it's an Avid ISIS, if it's a Facilis, companies that we love.
So you work with any kind of storage, doesn't it?
We will work with any storage, Media Grid, you name it, we'll connect to it. We're completely agnostic. But that connectivity, you can not only connect to the NAS or the SAN, but inside of our device, we have local storage. So it's solid-state drives, configurable into your capacity that you like. So if it's 556 gig, or do you want a terabyte drive inside? Our chassis holds on the MX 4K and the MX HD. You have 8 slots for solid-state drives. We also have a 2-channel device, which has 4 slots, so that would hold a total of 4 terabytes. So you have, different capacity, different number of channels. So you can have your RX 3G, which we have about 500 in the field right now. It's a 2-channel device. You have the high def, the standard def. You've got your low-res proxy, your H.264 streaming, and then you have your MX and your MX 4K.
Okay. So where can people find your boxes? Are they in mobile trucks? Are they in studios? How are they being used?
They are being used across multiple markets. So with our 3 products, you'll find them in an OB truck that might be recording a Rod Stewart concert, some live music concert, or maybe it's an opera, a Metropolitan Opera. We record for the opera. You've got lots of TV award shows, right? Then you can also find us in a multicam. We're really big in the multicam television. That's a sweet spot for us. We've got several shows. We could talk about one of them in particular. So the multicam shows. You're also seeing us in single camera shoots and then in post-production. So you can go into a post house and you can see the same devices that we use in production in post being used for encoding. Or you could see us in some large library system and being used to take the tapes and do some kind of digital archive transfer from tape to digital. So it's a multi-function, multiple recorder, right? So it's completely flexible, your workflow, your way. Do whatever camera you want, whatever encoded file that you need, whatever output you want. Do you want someone to take away a hard drive, an eSATA drive off of the show and jump on an airplane? You can do that. Do you want it recorded to a network, high-speed storage so that you have it on your SAN? We've got you covered.
So it's very flexible. And I know that you mentioned TV shows, and I know that anger management has been using one of your systems, or
Anger management has 3 of our systems.
3 of them? And tell me about it. It was they recorded a crazy amount of episodes in a short amount of time.
Yes.
And they were able to do it because of your technology, right?
Yes. They had. They originally started with 10 episodes, and when they were approved to have the 90 additional episodes, they knew that they needed to move on to a workflow that would get them where they needed to be, and editorial needed to be done, as soon as possible in order to get 6 shows done in a month. Normally it was 3 shows that you would typically see in the industry being recorded in a month. They needed to record 6. So in order to have this efficiency, they were looking for file-based workflows. How could we possibly do this? So they came to us last year, and they've now purchased, last year, they have 3 RX 3Gs. So they have 4 cameras. They're Sony 1500 cameras. They're recording 90 episodes so far. Each one of those is recording in a DNX 175. So you have your master, you have low-res proxy, and they're going out recording directly to a SAN. They were able to save time for ingest and transfer time. They got rid of the tape decks, they got rid of the tape costs, they got rid of the time that it takes to transfer the files back and forth into a SAN, right? So all of this happens literally instantaneously with our product. So when we spoke with Howard Brock, who's the associate producer, Howard said that he saved 30% of his overall post-production.
30%.
30%. So what that means in dollars for them was $25,000 per episode. They're 90 episodes in. They've saved $2.2 million working with 3 RX 3G systems in a 4-camera shoot connected up to an Avid ISIS, an extreme workflow. They're down to 4 people in their production crew, in the post-production crew. They absolutely love us. I just actually was down in my booth shaking hands with Howard. He came by to see us a few minutes ago.
Okay.
So it's a really exciting time for us. So I think that alone, you take that and you amplify that with an MX, and maybe it's an 8-camera shoot or a 16-camera shoot, or now maybe it's a 4K shoot. A lot of what we're seeing is that broadcasters are not broadcasting in 4K, but the Hollywood executives are coming to us saying, what can you do? You're the closest manufacturer to giving us an all-in-one solution for 4K. We need something for the vault. So that's what we went off and worked on. And we have now this all-inclusive library system that you can put the 4K record in the vault, right? So we can record that to the solid-state drive, or you can record it to a SAN that has the capacity to record the 4K. Mm-hmm. But we're putting that in the vault, and then we're using the HD master and the low-res proxy and the streaming on set, and we're relinking these files back to the original 4K footage. So we're doing it. We're the only product that's here on the show floor that gives you everything in one box.
It's fantastic. Well, it's a great story, and I wish you luck. And the Howard Brock thing, 'cause he's been in post-production forever, right? He's a veteran.
He's a veteran. He's
owned facilities,
ran his own post house. Yeah, he's an editor. He's a post house executive, owner, and now associate producer. So we're a big fan of Howard. He's a great guy, and he welcomes anybody to drop him a phone call and ask some questions.
Really? Okay, cool. I might have to do that.
Yes, please.
I will.
Please do that.
Suzette, thank you so much for coming by and sharing some information about what Cinedeck has going on at the show. And where can people find out about some of your products?
So please contact us at www.cinedeck.com, cinedeck.com, and you can reach me on our website, and we'd love to answer any questions you have.
Fantastic. Very cool. Thank you so much. Randy Altman, Post Perspective.